Man does not live on bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. My name's Christian. I'm a pastor here at Hope Lutheran, bringing you a word from the heart of hope. The question kind of in my mind today is, where does the life come from? And really, is it what we see on the outside, or is it what's on the inside? A little green leafy plant here. And I love the look of a plant. This thing's clearly full of life. Can't eat it, but I know it's got a purpose. It's nourishing things. But you know what I've never done? I've never stopped and looked at the soil. I bet you haven't either, and been like, man, I bet that beauty has some roots down there. Oh, I want to see those roots. On the flip side, you look at the outside of the plant, you look at the beauty, and you're like, it's starting to fade, it's withering, the flowers are wilting, the leaves are looking weak. What does that usually tell you? The first thing it tells you is that what's unseen needs some nourishment. It's not just what's on the outside, often it's what's on the inside, it's what's under that dirt. I wonder today, what's under the dirt of my life, what's under the soil, what's going on down there, and am I spending time with it? I actually had to go out in the yard today and water some plants, which is a normal thing for most people, but for some reason, it's not on my chores list. We kind of delegate tasks, and Lydia is a little bit better at taking care of the plants. I usually let them die by accident. I don't want it to happen, but it does. But she said, hey, I got to work for the weekend. She's working 12s, a lot of long shifts this weekend, and it's going to be a scorching weekend. We're getting up around 100 degrees. And so she said, can you please water the plants for me? One thing I ask of you, Christian. I'm like, yeah, I got that. No problem. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and I'll put a watering pail in my daughter Evie's hand. She's 21 months old. She can pour water on plants. We'll get this thing done. Well, 45 minutes later, I'm like, wishing I'd worn a watch, and I'm like, how long does it take to water plants? I normally just would set up the sprinkler if I had to do it. Scatter shot, try to hit everything. Nope, I'm sitting there going plant by plant with the hose, putting enough on that I'm pretty confident that I'm saturating the roots of these plants to get them through these hot, scorching couple days. After I kind of got done and was coming in, I was thinking, man, if I get that impatient, if it takes that long to water plants, like green plants, those come and go, they have short lifespan usually. If it takes that long to water them, how long does it take to take care of what's unseen in me? 5 minutes? 10 minutes? That's what I usually estimate. That's usually the time that I leave for it. But do I leave time for more? If it's actually going to take me 45 minutes today to nourish my soul, do I have the time to spend? Maybe I only have 5 or 10 minutes on the schedule that morning. I think I've learned that you can hit times with God all throughout the day. It doesn't just have to be a one and done. So I would encourage you today, what I'm thinking, and maybe you can think it with me, is where does life really come from? Is it on the inside or the outside? If we know that it's on the inside, if we know that the unseen is what's eternal, if we know that we were actually made to last forever, and unfortunately in this fallen world we don't have our resurrection bodies yet, and so we get fooled and we start to look at the outside primarily. If we know that's true, how long are we willing to spend on any given day? Because I tell you what, healthy roots, healthy plant. We know that, we've learned that. Healthy inside, you'll probably be all right on the outside. So if he's calling you to spend more time with him on certain days, pull out that Bible, spend that time, because man does not live on bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. That is the obedience of faith, is stepping back into relationship with the God who created you.